This audio fiction may contain elements not suitable for children. Listener discretion is advised.
A group of adventurers were attempting to find their way through a monster's lair. Much to their surprise, they reached a maze.
A maze. A maze. We've been wandering around for hours, and now we're up against an actual maze.
Yes, apparently. You know, I miss when monsters used to be incredibly stupid, and thus didn't have mazes in their lairs.
Right. Well, unfortunately, they're smarter than that now. So it just seems like we're going to have to navigate their maze.
So, we could rest, and then try to figure out what to do.
I like that idea, because I'm angry and I already hate this stupid maze, and I don't feel like being completely blind with rage by the time we get through the stupid thing.
Right, so you sit down and rest. You'll be no good to us if you're only angry and upset at this situation.
Curious as to why the group's mage has been quiet, Ratha turned to address the human woman. She then realized that Cielle was drawing a casting circle in the dirt. Casting circles are used on Ullord to strengthen magical incantations and to summon deities.
Oh, that is a good idea.
I thought so. I was going to ask Manu for advice on how to best approach this maze.
Manu? Do you mean the god of knowledge himself? Do you really think he's going to humour us with an answer?
I think so. He does admire the pursuit of knowledge and those who seek it.
I guess. I mean, it is a long shot, but I do hardly have any better ideas myself.
The mage steps into the casting circle she drew.
Our teacher, our memory, ourselves.
After the mage chants the words that are associated with Manu, god of knowledge, the area becomes colder and the atmosphere of the room shifts to feeling odd and heavy. The mortals begin looking around for the presence or essence of a god.
Where is he?
He should have been anchored to my casting circle.
So that was a waste of your time then?
Maybe you did something wrong.
Oh, so is it knowledge and wisdom you seek?
It is, yes. Great god of knowledge, I summoned you here to ask your advice for myself and my companions here.
Go on.
Oh, wow. We're lost, and we have been wandering around for hours. Is it wisest for us to press on, stay here and rest, or to turn back?
Do what you want.
Huh?
I said, do what you want. Why would you need advice about that? You should know what you want. There's a deity dedicated to that.
You're supposed to be the god of knowledge, and we're asking you for knowledge.
Who says that only one god is knowledge to be titled the God of Knowledge? You summon all of the gods for their domain of knowledge, no?
I suppose that makes sense, right?
No, not really. Because nobody says that they're calling on the god of knowledge when they want to ask Mikhail's help with a forge or a battle, do they? Or that they want a god of knowledge when they call on Pramod for help with some sort of weird trickery. Manu's the only god that is explicitly the god of knowledge.
Well, if you think we deities are not the god of knowledge of our own domain, you will probably have no luck in getting the favor of any of us. Some divine beings are incredibly sensitive like that.
Trickery. He's Pramod, not Manu. Your summoning spell didn't work.
Well, I did successfully summon a god. Arguably, it half worked.
After she realized Cielle's spell did not work, Ratha, their bard, decided to attempt her own summoning circle with the intent of calling for Manu herself. After the halfling finished drawing the geometric shapes in the dirt, she stepped into the circle.
Our teachers, our memories, ourselves.
Once again, the room became cold. The atmosphere changes made the mortals feel uneasy, and then the abrupt change in energy settled and normalized.
Did we get Manu this time?
No, you did not.
You got a goddess this time.
But how too!
Hardly complaining.
Lots of red, garbed like a dancer. Carla, I presume.
The goddess waved coyly at the mortals.
I am the goddess of the arts. You are quite perceptive, young mortal.
Thanks. I do try.
Should we try to summon a new deity?
You don't like Carla. You don't like me.
Why did I get you instead of Manu?
Because you're a bard. We are closely linked. And I am so happy to meet you, one of my artistic mortal children.
Why do they get all the compliments?
Aw, I did not intend to make you feel unimportant. Did you want a favor from me?
I think that's a yes.
Then please approach the casting circle, since I am bound to it. If you would like one of my favors too, feel free to join him, Swamp Elf.
A favour from a goddess could never be a bad thing. Hey, Agnar, there's no need to rush.
Both men make their way into the casting circle with the goddess.
Then I am glad to give you my favor.
Kala kissed Agnar, giving him her favor. She then does the same to Pravin.
My thanks, O goddess.
Thank you.
You are quite welcome.
Ratha, now annoyed with their first gods, drew yet another casting circle. She was now determined to summon Manu.
I absolutely expect you to appear, Manu. I need you to appear. Please, 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 just appear. Our teacher, our memories, ourselves.
The area became cold once more. The temperature shift lasted only a few seconds before the results of the summoning became apparent. Much to the surprise of the mage, Manu appeared and was accompanied by another god.
Look at that. You summoned 2 deities.
So, I did?
Has that ever happened before?
Rarely. You normally get whichever sole deity who felt the want to answer your call.
So which two are these then?
I am the god of order, and this is the god of knowledge.
Oh, that's wonderful!
You find me wonderful?
You're a god. Of course you're wonderful.
I am suddenly questioning my rebellion against rules.
And what does that mean, halfling?
Means she finds you handsome.
Says the man who practically fell over himself for a blessing from Carla.
So, all deities are attractive?
Oh, very much so.
And that is something mortals like, then?
Typically, yeah. It's hard not to like something that one finds attractive.
Even though I find your domain less than desirable.
But don't you need me to rule over chaos?
Of course we do.
She's the sort that prefers doing things her own way, not to have people telling her what to do and what have you.
Given how haphazard your casting is, human and halfling, you're lucky to have drawn my attention.
I don't think I like him anymore.
I'm self-taught and still gaining knowledge. Oh, right. You're Manu.
The god of knowledge nodded.
We need your help.
The god of knowledge shrugged in reply.
We need to know how to get through this stupid maze.
I could help you.
When we first asked you, you gave us a flippant answer about just going whatever direction we wanted.
I fail to see how that is not helping.
Because that doesn't help us find our way through the stupid maze.
He's not wrong, really.
I am not sure if you two know how the world works.
They do not.
I am confident that they will eventually realize the wisdom in your words, Pramod.
And what about you, knowledge god?
Manu turned toward the halfling. He smiled and nodded his head sagely.
This is incredibly frustrating. And weird. Not how I expected deities to behave.
Oh, we just want help navigating this maze, because we've already been wandering through here for hours. Is that really so much to ask?
I think this is as helpful as they are going to be. Anyone else think differently?
No, I don't think we do.
The Auric warrior turned away angrily.
I'm just gonna start trying to figure my way through the stupid thing.
This was disappointing. but I feel as though we should press onward.
It was. But Agnar has the right idea. We have to find our own way out eventually.
The bard and the mage follow behind the warrior.
I suppose that they have the right of it.
The swamp elf began following his friends. He glanced back over his shoulder at the assembled deities briefly.
So, I assume your summons is going to wear off eventually.
But of course.
Oh, good. I'd hate to leave you all stuck here in a random cave, since I wouldn't know how to break the summoning spell otherwise.
Pravin turned again and followed behind his companions.
They really don't understand how the world works.
That is apparent now more than ever.
The small group of gods watched the mortals walk further into the monster's lair.
So, I'm curious about something.
What is that, my love?
They seemed so bound and determined to call me here, yet they didn't seem interested in hearing me speak. Why exactly would they do that?
I'm not certain they understand what they will to happen, even when summoning us.
Sadly, I believe you are correct. But perhaps over time they will learn better.
Perhaps.
The god of knowledge glanced at his brother, Pramod.
So, what about intervening in the affairs of mortals is so appealing to you? This hardly seems worth my time.
You did not find it entertaining?
Moderately, perhaps, but hardly enough to warrant answering their summons. You offered them sufficient aid as it was.
It seems that some mortals are only satisfied if we do everything for them. No?
Some of them, certainly, but not all mortals are like that. Not in my experience.
It seems to be half are, and half are not.
I see.
Manu looked in the direction that the mortal adventurers had taken.
How long do you think it would be before they realize that the path they've taken will lead them back here?
We could check back in on them and see. Those four seem particularly vexed by my assistance, so they should continue to prove entertaining.
Oh, Pramod, why do you claim to like mortals, yet intentionally vex them?
For entertainment, why else?
Of course you would think that.
They did seem to be somewhat entertaining at points.
Take what enjoyment from them that you will. I'm returning to the ethereal plane. Do tell me how long they remain lost for.
I knew you would enjoy watching mortals and answering their summons as much as I do.